AG Pamela Bondi, who has now backed Trump tariffs imposed under the national emergency. However, they are of the opinion that the court is actually interfering with the president's role, as this decision, according to them, has undermined the U.S. abroad president's authority. However, they are of the opinion that it must be restored. So already there are leaders there, Shalini, who are coming out to back Donald Trump, saying that tariffs are necessary as far as when it comes to the American taxpayers, otherwise have been suffering.
Right, as I took you to what Trump said, now we have General Pamela Bondi, basically backing Trump, saying that Portus Trump found that there was a national emergency and took action under the law by imposing tariffs. The judge of the Federal Circuit are interfering with the president's vital and constitutionally central role in foreign policies. This decision is wrong and undermines the United States of the world stage. The Justice Department will appeal this decision and continue to fight, restore the president's lawful authority. Basically, here he's backing Trump, saying that yes, there's an interference by the court in president's rule.
But does this ruling uphold, Shinjoy, till the time October month comes, in fact, when it comes to this opportunity that would be given for it to be taken up in the Supreme Court of the United States. However, when it comes to the White House there, they are still saying, despite when it comes to this ruling, Donald Trump's tariffs and on multiple countries, including India, stays put.
Well, Attorney General Pamela Bondi is part of the Trump administration. Now, this Trump administration has handpicked people. You would naturally expect her to say exactly what Trump wants her to say. You cannot expect a divergent view from Pamela Bondi. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, she's the one with the Epstein files, remember. But at the end of the day, the court says that the tariffs remain, and the tariffs will remain till the middle of October, and only after that, that's when the U.S. Supreme Court has time, and the U.S. Supreme Court will come up with a final decision. So there is time. As far as the president is concerned, the president knows that, yes, he has suffered a setback in the lower court, but it can go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will decide what the president's position is. If you can imagine the Supreme Court saying no to the president, then every edifice that the president has built on will crumble. His 200 days would actually come down to nothing. But it's all up to the Supreme Court, and we know the way the Supreme Court is structured. Anyone will tell you how many of those 9 judges were appointed by the
coming as a surprise is the AG also being appointed when it comes to the Trump administration, but the decision comes as a legal fight over the independence of the Federal Reserve. Also seems to be bound for Supreme Court. That has now set up an unprecedented legal showdown this year over Trump's entire economic policy. But we'll talk about India and its growth projections. Shinjoy, please continue to be with us. Now, this has been as far as the fastest pace of growth that India has witnessed in a year, surprising the economists and shocking the doomsayers. Now, the super healthy GDP growth rate in this first quarter has seen India's economy unexpectedly expanding at 7.8% year-on-year in the April-June quarter. Now, the numbers have been picked up from 7.4% in the last 3 months. However, with that, India remains the fastest growing major economy in the world, as China's GDP growth rate came at 5.2%, United States at 3.3%, and in the 3 months to the 30th of June. Now,